It's still sad to see Richard in that final photo. I'm just saying. Welcome to the PanelCast, episode 291. I am AJ. This is Joel, and we are switching things up a little bit here. Just so you know, we're gonna just throw this out there and cover this real quick. All of our future box unboxings and openings, any of our movie theater visits, anything like that, is no longer going to be a part of the side panel. We're not going to put it as part of the PanelCast. So that way you can get all of our stuff all in one place, one nice neat package with one title. The PanelCast is where all of our media is going to happen.
Yeah.
The side panel will get switched over and be turned into the side panel, but it'll be me inking our final comic book. We have a ZKS comic book coming out. It's 48 pages. I've got to ink it by the end of the year. I'm going to film myself inking those pages for you guys twice a week. That's going to be available on Patreon only. PanelCast will remain free on YouTube and on the website. And we're going to switch the unboxings and have the unboxings here as well. So you're going to have some fun. And now that you've sat through all of that crap, are you ready for what we're going to unbox today? We have something Joel and I have personally been waiting for a very long time. And we can't wait to show it to you. We got the M.A.S.K box set. Mobile Armor Strike Command, full set, the truck, the car, the helicopter, the motorcycle,
every current release.
Every current release, we got it all. And we're going to unbox the box here for you today. Both of us are going to unbox it. So instead of two separate unboxing, you get two of us unboxing one thing. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Joel, if you please, bring up the box.
All right. Now, I do want to say thanks to Big Bad Toy Store for how they box their stuff so well. We're going to disappear for a second. I'm going to creep out from the side of the box here. Anyway, the boxes are always sturdy. The tape is good.
Packing is on point.
Their bubble wrap is like some of the best bubble wrap that I ever get things in. Always a postcard and sticker. All right.
Speaking of the bubble wrap.
Whoa, see?
Oh, they all called them separate. Okay, there's bubble wrap.
Okay, bubble wrap.
So we're going to change plans on what we were going to do. I'm going to bring this box down, and I'm going to bring out each vehicle one at a time.
All right. Already looked really cool in that box.
I thought that they were coming in like one big box, but no. We're getting them independently. What do we got there? The high-tech helicopter.
Oh, man.
Here's the Condor. Here's the Thunderhawk. And finally, the Rhino. That's what it's called, right? The Rhino? They didn't put the name on it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's weird.
That's what it was, yeah.
Now, here you go. All four figures, or vehicles and figures.
I mean, right out the gate, it is just simple cardboard box. There's a sticker.
One for you, one for me. Big Bad Toy Store. They're awesome. If you can't order from Crooked Smile Collectibles, Big Bad Toy Store is the next place.
Yeah. Hard second choice. Simple boxes, but you know what? They did nail the feel and absolute look of the original boxes.
Yeah. Even the thinness of the box feels like the original. Which one should we start with first? I say we start small.
Sure. Honestly, Condor, I think, is probably the one most kids would have had. I know I had one. I think I probably had like two. But for one of the coolest grab and go little toys for a kid, this one was the business.
It's awesome. On the back, it's showing you everything that it's including that comes with it. On the front, you got the vehicle in action. On the top, right there, shows you how to transform the vehicle. or enable the mask option, as it would be.
Yeah. They actually, and now they have like little like effects.
Yeah.
There's effects as well.
And there's stuff on the side, graphics on the side. The entire box is covered head to toe with graphics. They wasted no space on this thing, and it looks great.
And because they got the rights, they must have, because they actually put the Kenner logo on the box with Loyal Subjects.
Yeah.
A combo. So hey, this is about as legit as it's going to be.
But only for people that are 8 years and older.
Yeah. Sorry, 7-year-olds. Mask is too much for you.
Shall I? Or do you want to do the honor?
Go ahead, buddy. Open the first one. And so far, no crazy tape or anything. Nothing too loco to get into. What do we got here? We got.
Go ahead.
Oh wow! But I will say, nice molded 2-piece blister. Wow.
It's nice and compact. It feels like a cell phone.
Yeah.
You know, like it comes like a cell phone where it's all packaged in there and crammed in there, and it's all nice and small.
Bro. Just start with that mask, dude.
All right, this mask is crazy detailed and small.
Yeah. So right off the bat, too, you notice the detail is really tight.
But it has the rubbery grip
Yeah.
feel like it used to.
Yeah.
So it's easy and pliable in your hand. The paint application looks great.
It looks exactly like you want it to be. I mean, this stuff.
It's a tad bit smaller than I remember, but it could be my hands got bigger.
Well, when you look at the figure too, I'm going to say that it seems a little slimmer, but now also here. So there's the helmet with the actual action that they would be doing, just like in the cartoon.
Nice.
So and you know what?
It shoots out like little lasers and stuff.
There's a little bit more articulation. The original characters just pretty much had your standard Star Wars figure movement. Now we've got a ball joint. Still have some bending knees. Full arm focus there that you can move. So there's a swivel joint there, ball joint, and you even have a head movement on the peg. Paint's good. Here, AJ, you enjoy this figure, dude.
I'm too busy enjoying this. This is awesome.
Giving you both helmets, I am gonna have to say, is pretty sweet. That's an addition we didn't think we were necessarily gonna get. And man, that is wicked. That really is wicked. Really good paint application. If you can see the rim of Condor's glasses, go all the way over to his ear. Super thin line. Pretty sweet. They even did the old mask, lazy open hand. Not really open enough to hold a handle of something, but not actually hold something. So, none of the guns or any of the stuff these things had ever went in their actual hand. It might clip onto their forearm. They had accessory sets that you could just add extra goodies to the mask characters.
The bike is nice because it's spring loaded. The seat inside is spring loaded, where I don't remember it being that way before. So it allows for tension to be there.
How's the build feel?
Build feels great. A little on the cheap side, but it's nothing we're not used to with M.A.S.K. It's not that they were cheap. It's just the plastic was just thinner than usual.
Yeah.
And they're just very pliable. So but everything looks awesome. He's so tiny.
So instructions are nice and simple. I love instruction art. It's just this clean, reduced everything down into simple pictures, almost like coloring book status, just like what you'd expect with the M.A.S.K. toys. Yeah. Excellent job. And the extra bonus of having the tread smoke out the back tire and having now also your blast effect from your forward gun. So, I think why we anticipated this so much is just because, dude, M.A.S.K was honestly not the greatest cartoon. It was okay. It wasn't that great, but it was cool as a kid. But the toys were next level engineering.
Sticker set for the bike.
Bam. Nice. Very, very retro stickers. I know when as a kid, I probably would have slapped those on pretty fast, pretty quick. I think if you're going to do that, we're going to be like Stimpy in the lab. Remember? With all the goggles.
Yep.
Um,
I'm very happy with that. I think this is awesome
so
far.
Just based on, without throwing the number out there, do you feel like just your premonition versus people trying to spend the large money to try to buy these vintage G1 versions?
Nothing will take away from the G1.
Yeah, G1s are fabulous, but it may not
Nothing
be
will
approachable.
ever take away from that. Because with the G1, you have memories, you have smells, you have just the environment that you were in at the time. Your experience level was that of a child. You're just like, you're just in awe. So nothing will ever beat that first time. As an adult, though, geeking out, this is pretty cool. I'm very happy with it. I want to put it on the spinner.
I think this offers people, not that these are cheap, these are not cheap, but at the same time,
As far as price goes, am I happy with the price? I'll let you know once we unbox everything.
Okay.
But I can tell you right now that I would not want to pay the individual prices that these are asking for. As the group price that I got it for, I think that is worth it. But individually, I would not buy it individually.
Got this. But yeah.
There we go.
Bro, sorry.
What are you doing, dude? Don't do that because it's on
the. Hey, this is honestly something we didn't know if it would ever come back. So many years went by and there was no, G.I. Joe Hasbro did a quick Matt Tracker figure in the 3 3/4 line, but that's all it was. They didn't do any other M.A.S.K vehicles or anything that I knew of. But bam!
Speaking of Matt Tracker, you want to do this one?
I got sure. One. This one takes. Yep. Okay. So,
other way.
I think this was definitely the epitome.
Turn the blade the other way.
Okay. The epitome.
There you go.
Of like your main good guy.
Joel and his experience with knives.
Oh yeah. Okay. So same nice formed. Ooh.
This comes out like the old Transformers alternators. Remember the boxes that they came in, how they came in all nice and smooth and set in their piece. This one, I'm already impressed with the paint application. It's got that red pick and save plastic toy paint on it, which I kind of dig. You can see that is red, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is a cherry red right there.
So you can examine the vehicle and I'll take a look at the figure. But I like that kind of red and stuff, it's nostalgic.
It's a really, really rich color, and I think that's what's going to be what was really important about this particular vehicle, is because the original also was red plastic with stickers. I mean, so far, without handling them at the same time, I noticed.
And we're back. Sorry, we had to take a quick pause.
Skynet.
Yeah, actually, one of these jumped off, and we had to go hunt it. So Joel was talking about the vehicle.
Well, right off the bat, I'm happy they actually have a metal rod connecting the wheels, not just some plastic push-ins. The tires are rubber and they're on a rim, which again was a big deal that all the M.A.S.K tires were rubber on an actual rim. They kept up with that. Oh, on the tire, it actually says Tracker. You know what? Yeah. So without actually, like I said, having an original G1 in hand, so far, I'm feeling pretty good about what they're doing here. It is very light. It's definitely not a heavy toy, but I think so far, I think it's done really, really well. Okay.
There was a set that came out a while ago that had, you were right about Matt Tracker, had the Micronauts,
Yeah.
had Jetfire,
Yeah.
and a bunch of other figures. These and ROM.
And ROM, yeah.
And this figure feels very similar to those figures, and I'm digging it. It's not that it's bad or chintzy; it's just smaller than what we're used to.
Yeah.
And not as
I would say this to me is definitely much more adult collector.
yeah.
You know, the original ones were meant for kids. I mean, honestly, probably the peak rate level probably was 7 to 12, you know.
8+.
Yeah, so I definitely, yeah, I feel that they could not take the same beating that the original M.A.S.K toys took, which is crazy because there were so many little springs and parts to them that you know, it was amazing how they actually did stand time pretty well. Eventually, yeah, a lot of like outside parts and components might fall off, but most M.A.S.K toys, the basic structure of the vehicles retained really well. Most of their actual action functions typically still work. Um, Condor was a perfect example of ones that you'll find will work still perfectly after all this time because there's not a lot of craziness to the design. It's just a good, solid, simple design, good spring.
However, noticing off the bat, the front grill doesn't come down like the original used to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It used to pop out and open.
Yeah.
It's not doing that.
Okay. Well, I'm not totally sure why they chose some of those changes. And I don't remember there being a forward attachable gun.
No.
But they do have the bombs, right?
Yes.
Okay, disc shooter clips into bottom axle. So I guess that's where you got these guys. These little tiny black discs. So that's interesting that they decided to change up the bumper forward movement action and instead add a disc shooter.
Which doesn't want to fit, and I'm not going to mess with it anymore.
All right, well, there's flame effects for the rear jets. You've got a disc shooter. Those are extra things that they did add. You still have seat belts. That thing just does not want to cooperate, huh?
Yeah, this is a little cheaper than the original. We'll say that. It's a little chinzier, smaller. I still dig it.
Huh.
Will you stop rolling?
Okay, so figure just like Condor, Tracker's looking pretty cool. Bendable knees, same jointage. Oh. Good face sculpt. Helmets are a little they're not as rubbery And
Yeah,
they're
they're
not,
more plastic than rubber.
but what I can say about these is these look like complete bottom-up redo sculpts. So these are not just reproductions of the original figure. And in this case, I'm actually not mad about that. I think they did a good job. They did complete justice to the original character's look. They just simply redid them, upgraded the articulation, 2 mask options. I don't know. That's pretty sweet.
As you can see, I'm already having a problem. This piece won't fit in the way it's supposed to. I'm going to have to groove it.
Huh.
I have to get in there with a tool and groove it. There it is. That was a pain.
Yeah, so you guys definitely this is just not a little kid choice. These I think these aren't as easily intuitive as did shoot the discs out, the hockey puck shooter. The only thing about that is though that is a cool addition, it just kind of sticks really far out in front of the car. And because it doesn't retract or anything, that's my only issue with that is kind of the whole thing about M.A.S.K is that it's supposed to look regular and then, get loco. But that you actually have to pull the piece off. It doesn't go in anywhere. The sticker sheet does look good. You're going to be able to get the classic look that you're supposed to get. Initially, the stickers look good.
I am not happy with this.
Is it functionally giving you some issues?
It's just cheaper than the original. This is way cheap. Look at this.
It is definitely cheaper. Yeah.
They just made it for nostalgia, it looks like. I mean, it's cool and all. I like the plastic, like I said. I like the reaction to it, but look at that back rear bumper piece. It's one cheap plastic. All you got to do is break one thing, and it all falls apart. It feels like they just pushed this out to push it out, so they can have the licensing to it. Just sad because the Condor came out really nice.
Mind if I try?
Go for it. See, look at it. This is already. You got to put it flat on the ground.
Okay.
See, it's already flapping up wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I see what AJ's saying. Like, here's the thing. Like, it is a pretty decent attempt, but yeah, the plastics are definitely a lot.
It was one
lot
of
thinner.
those generic plastic cars that we used to get as kids where no figure went with it. It was just a big plastic vehicle to play with and bash with. Except this one you don't want to bash anything with, and it's a hell of a lot smaller than those ones. This is for display.
This is display. This is not for play. I'll be honest with you. What you're seeing us do right now might be the extent of how often any of this stuff gets actually moved. We didn't try the bomb mechanism.
Because the bomb is tricky to get stuck into. I tried shooting. You saw the pucks barely flap off. I'm trying to set it up.
I know there was a cat hair. It was killing me. No, it was jack hair.
Jack hair.
Jackamundo.
There's no cat hairs in this house.
I know. Well, so far, you guys, I think Condor was okay, was acceptable. The tracker, Matt Tracker, and his Thunderhawk.
Meh.
I think if you want to display, and I think maybe then you're trying to avoid the cost of a mint in box original, this is your only other option. But
to the display,
it's all right. Great. But G1s are of the small amount that I have, I can bust them out and I can have fun with them and feel not scared.
I was playing with them early as last year. I had them. Richard and I had them in the store.
Yeah.
And we were setting them up and we were playing with them. We were making sure they were still functional. And they were way sturdier than this stuff. This is just literally put on the shelf, walk away, and leave it alone. Because if anybody gets a hold of this and tries to play with it too much, it's going to break.
Oh yeah, I could see the doors. Not that the doors were, crazy. You could just throw the original at the wall, but like I said, it's pretty common that when you find these, even moderately old and kind of beat up, those doors still pop really well. There can be a little wonkiness to the rear bumper, and but still, usually work pretty solid.
And that front bumper would always work for me. Everyone that I've come across, the front bumper always worked.
I would have traded up to just have the original front bumper do what it did instead of the disc shooter, mostly because, like I said, you have to pull it off. It doesn't retract. Again, I feel like the main thing about M.A.S.K is that it's supposed to go from, hey, regular guy.
You don't add on.
You don't add on.
It comes with it. The only thing you add on is put on the mask.
The character doesn't jump out real quick and be like, dude, hold on. I got some stuff I'm put on here.
Right. Hold on. Restock the rockets.
The only
slide this thing in the front grill. Hold on.
The only thing I can think of is that maybe they had a bunch of problems trying to retool or redo the original front bumper, and they were like, "Well, we got to give them something." That's the only thing I can think of is they decided, "Hey,
I think it just cost per unit was too much as far as what they were going to make back.
There just had to be some technical issues. So.
There just had to be a cutback so that they could make some money." I'll start with the other one.
Okay. Here. Okay, so this is some tape. Yep. And blade side on that side.
Some good old-fashioned moonshine.
All right, so now the overall function of this one's going to be a real test because this one
was called the Viper, I believe.
Yeah, this one was always kind of the ones that honestly did already kind of have problems. The issue with the propeller popping out and doing stuff right, even the original was kind of wonky, but it was still dope. So, I mean, that is very impressive in there. AJ, would you say?
Yeah, the packaging looks really nice. Everything's in there. It looks like one of those Christmas sausage baskets that you're gonna get. It's all encased and everything. You know what I mean? Jimmy Dean.
Oh yeah. Except it's got tiny little people in there. Okay. AJ, you want to pull that guy out?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be, careful with this. So again, coming out the box, it's still really light.
That looks really chintzy too. It looks very DC Heroes.
I know that the sticker application when it comes to this is going to be, a thing.
I know what it's supposed to be representing. I understand that. But his little thing on his head just looks funny. It's like he's spewing from his head.
It is kind of funny. But hey, it is an extra head, and it does have, a version of his projected power from the helmet. Let's see. We got
he's busting out his little Cobra Commander look.
We got some missiles. I'm trying to remember. I want to make sure that I don't touch any button on this thing improperly.
Used to be a trigger.
Yeah. There is
not a trigger. There's a button.
Because I thought that those pieces were to get the propeller to spin, right? You're right. And there was a button. Okay, so you pull that down.
Is this lazy?
We're going to take a quick peek.
Oh my God, it's lazy. Okay, this makes the propeller turn.
Okay, so at least we still have the propeller turning option. The original, I do remember when you push the button, it would make the whole thing pop up and literally almost kind of slap itself out.
This doesn't have that option, apparently. Look in there and see if it does.
It doesn't seem to be. Okay. Yeah, it just says you open the top rotor blade. So you open it. It says, "Hey."
Wow.
Okay. Okay, so I mean, I guess I'm.
Lift one rotor blade up to overlay the other as shown. Wow. It used to have a trigger, and you pull the trigger and bing, 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 bing. All the stuff happened.
So there is still a bomb release underneath with that little pushback.
Oh my.
And then we're gonna figure out where we can connect this. Probably on the bottom, I'm hoping. Let's see. So this is a blast effect. Again, to look like a rocket is in fact shooting out. It is translucent clear to a translucent orange. There is some other stuff that it does. It does have blast effects for the front guns.
It's like, don't tell me that doesn't open. That feels like it's breaking.
Yeah, so it's got the up and down holding positions, but I wouldn't keep popping that too much. Like I said, these are cool so far for some display, but
you have to manually move everything back and forth, and which is okay, but it's not exactly like these are the most sturdiest things in the world. I'm afraid to move it back and forth because I don't want it to break or snap off or fall out.
honestly, you know what I like the most? I like the figures. I think if they sold the figures separately, I might just buy the figures and throw them on my G1s. They said the figures are actually pretty great. The sculpts, the overall movement, but yeah, the vehicles themselves, like I said, you guys, if you're cool to display this and maybe display it next to your G1, or you don't want to pay the money for the G1 versions, I would have to say that even a Condor mint in box, depending on whether it's graded or not, I feel like those could easily go from $250 to $1,000, depending on, even that's just Condor. If it's mint and graded, I think on average you could probably find a complete one for probably around 60 without the box. But some of these other guys here, totally functional mint in box, I would definitely say you'd be looking in the upwards of 500 for this gentleman, and probably still a good 250, 300 for that. So for being cheaper than mint perfect G1s, but you could also get them a lot of times without the boxes and stuff in still really good condition. This is an option, but be careful how you handle it. AJ, just want to take a peek at the stickers?
No, I'm afraid they're going to break.
Gosh.
Stickers look good. I'm afraid to put stickers on here because they might be stronger than the plastic.
Again, they look very cool. When you sit them down, they look really, really, really cool. But you really notice immediately when you pick it up. I don't think we noticed initially on the Condor because it's so small, right?
I think, well, the Condor is made a little different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a little on the cheapy plastic side, not on the heavy duty rubbery plastic like the original G1s were, but
Yeah.
it still has a little something in it. Everything else, the bigger it gets, the cheaper the plastic gets, it feels like. I'm afraid to open the Rhino.
Now the Rhino, this is a big deal, you guys, because this was kind of the epitome.
This was the grail.
This was the grail, and it was a mobile play center for yourself. Like if you were a kid and you had this, this was the bonus. You came with 2 figures. It turned into 2 vehicles. This was a play set all on its own.
This was the Optimus Prime.
I know this sounds ridiculous to even bring it, but necessarily like in the 80s, like the divorce rate was pretty high. So I think a lot of kids were taking toys from house to house and weekend stuff. So, and I know I did. And so toys that kids could take with them that did a ton of stuff ended up being a real thing. I think that's why play sets took off. Kids needed to take these toys places.
So once again, the box is set to display. Everything is set up right there.
It does look gorgeous. It definitely looks gorgeous.
I would display it like this and never take it.
So they actually hooked you up. They gave you Tracker. They gave you his son and the robot in this one.
Tape.
There you go.
Doesn't feed my OCD when you do it like that.
Oh yeah, just did a foldy job. So they gave you a little extra. I don't remember the boy and the robot best friend of his coming with this set, but I could be wrong.
I never actually bought this set out the box. I always got it secondhand, so I never knew what it came 100% with. But I know that this was a lot better quality.
Rocket. Okay. Yeah, how's he looking?
Looks cool.
Got some smoke effects, probably for the smokestacks, I'm guessing. Some other blast effects.
There we go.
You know, oddly enough, I'm going to say one of the sturdiest things so far, because I still have him. And honestly, AJ, you're going to laugh, dude, but move him around and feel how sturdy he is.
I will in a minute. I'm busy. OCD.
Okay. This guy, I feel bad for not remembering his name, but
oh my God, these are the weirdest arms.
You got double masks for both Tracker and the other guy.
Baby Tracker.
That again are supposed to match the power that they have for that helmet. Sorry if I can't remember every power they have for each helmet. But again, so far, figures themselves, pretty cool.
Like his shoes.
I am sad they probably will not sell these figures all alone.
I had this about, like I said, a year ago. And even as beat up as it was not as cheap as this. This has already popped off. There we go. Already, I can tell you, like I said before, cheap plastic. This is the smokestack is already
kind of jiggly.
Just doesn't want to. The rear detached already. Yeah. That's too bad about that. All right, let's take a look inside.
Yeah,
I can get it to stick together before. Now I can't get it to separate. There you go. There's you. How do we get this open?
They did put the both axles on this on a center swivel, so the wheels do go up and down and kind of move like a big rig.
Can you hand me the instructions?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, sticker sheets, same, good looking sticker sheets, good old yellow back. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and pop this open.
Not yet.
There's got to be a release. I'm hoping.
Trying to find out. Slide it back. Oh, okay.
There is already sticker application inside the camper of the truck, which is nice, and then also on the dash. So the only stickers you have to put on are the outside.
Button.
Okay.
There they are. Just slides out. Comes over.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember how the stacks.
Out.
Okay, so I mean, it's possible this projectile will shoot out, but I'll be honest with you, I don't know. It's a pretty heavy projectile. I mean, we can try.
Yeah. There's not a lot of room to maneuver in here. And I have the hands of a Chinese Asian woman. Okay. I'm Korean, I have tiny hands.
Okay, so it clicks in good. Okay, I take it back. It does at least shoots up enough to get that far. But again, you having the same kind of thing as far as how it feels.
Yeah.
I would be nervous to. Huh.
There we go. Everything it does was kind of cool. Like one of those old, I used to love those old pencil boxes where you push the buttons and all these compartments would come out. So it's kind of reminding me of that. But the cheap plastic and stuff applications that are part of it, display. You gotta pull it out and turn it, and then push it in after the smoke.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, again, looks very cool. Rubber tires, looks really great. I mean, it looks really great. But again, you guys, I just have
Don't
to
trust
say,
it.
have to say on all three, just please handle these with care.
See? Where does it go? I will find out. Keep talking.
Yeah, I'm just playing with it. Again, overall, I think they're probably gonna gauge whether or not how well these sell as to whether or not they're gonna do more in the series. There is a lot more mask that could be done. I'm feeling like the big stuff is cool, but if they nailed a lot of the smaller ones, I might still be on board, especially if I can get it in a group deal, based, versus getting, paying full original price, G1 price, for mint ones of those, the ones that I don't have. But again, I really like these, but I'm going to give, definitely a hard notch on how delicate you're going to have to be. Okay. Yeah, if you were to actually think you're going to buy this for even, again, even your 8-year-old, your 9-year-old, they're going to be scared to do much with it because as soon as they break one thing, they're going to be kind of bummered. But
And they're afraid they're going to get yelled at by you.
Yeah,
I just spent this much money.
So
I would not buy this for your kids. These are
no,
for your adults.
Yeah, 100%. You know, even the idea, I get that, you know, M.A.S.K is going to be for people who knew that it even existed. So older collectors, you know, like I said, you're probably definitely in their 40s to, you know, early 50s. Um, Still really cool, but last time I'll say it, be careful. Kind of pick your position, and I think I would kind of leave it like that for a while and then transform, you know, push it all back together one other time for a while. And you know, if every time someone came over, like, dude, you got to see my new awesome new M.A.S.K remakes, let me show you, I you're going to show it to a handful of people, and I think
I would do this. What we did, I would videotape you opening it and then showing your friends that videotape, and then never ever playing with them ever again, ever. Put them in a box, put them on the shelf somewhere behind a cabinet, lock them up, and let them collect dust, because these things are very gingerly, very tender, very chinsily put together, and they're not going to last you that long if you under continued transformations.
yeah,
Already the Thunderhawk, is that what it's called?
uh-huh.
Is having issues with the doors, and we're having issues on the Viper as well. So, I mean, that's just off the box. We just got the damn thing.
Yeah.
So, which is too bad, because we were all excited, we were all amped up and ready for it. I love the figures. I think the figures are great.
Yeah,
I think if you were just going to stand and pose the figures with or without their masks, that would be awesome. I would love to see a display like that. Put them in my little Darth Vader head.
I'd buy the whole set of figures right now,
Right.
you know.
And maybe a couple of the smaller vehicles, but none of the big
Yeah.
ones like we were so excited for, and that's unfortunate.
There is some, I mean, what there's the base, you know, the gas station. If they do that, the gas station mint perfect, that's a very expensive item. So if they did it for like much cheaper, I probably would do it. But again, you know, maybe after this first run, maybe they'll kind of see that we're probably not the only ones giving the response about the thinner plastics and that level of being delicate.
And it goes to show you the confidence that a lot of the toy sellers are having behind these, is because they're not selling them individually.
Yeah.
They're selling them as a box project, because they know that individually probably they wouldn't hold up, or sell for that matter. I mean, we got a box deal. We paid like maybe $350 for all of these, and I honestly think we got ripped off in some aspects. In other aspects, as far as nostalgia goes, got my money's worth. Happy with it. But as far as like playability goes, it's very low. But displayability, it's very high. I want to display these, put stickers on them, and have them in their most extreme forms.
Yeah.
Out there, along with their the action figures and their masks, and have them on display and show them for their badassness. And maybe, like my Transformers, every now and then come and change them back and forth every now and then, but never for like, I wouldn't put this in the store. I wouldn't,
Move him around. I'll tell you. Watch. This is what I'm going to tell you. Move the wheels out.
Yeah.
Solid, right?
Right.
Why is the most solid part of this pack the little buddy robot?
Yeah, that's just my opinion of it. But what would you give it overall with the Little Richard rating?
Well, 5 being best. I'm gonna do a 3. I'm gonna knock off 1 Richard for sure, because like I said, of how delicate you have to be to this. And
It's 3 Little Richards, everybody.
yeah,
I totally agree.
Yeah.
If we didn't have to be so ginger with them, which is funny because Richard is a ginger. So if we didn't have to be so tender with them and be so careful with them, it'd be a different thing. Even with my Transformers, sometimes, yes, I have to be delicate with them, but they can last. You know, if you're careful with them and you know what you're doing, they can last. M.A.S.K, we know what we're doing. We're careful with them, and look, it's already flopping. So when it's out the box and it's having problems, that's when it's disappointing. So 3 Little Richards for me, 3 Little Richards for Joel.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this? Would you buy this again? What would you do?
Again, I'm going to tell you, for a person that loves the nostalgia of it and just flat out like loves it, but doesn't love it enough to want to go through the expenditure and the hunting of a G1, set of these particular characters, then I say you're going to be okay. I think you could have paid a pinch less or been able to buy them separately. That would have been cool. But I think for you, this is a great option. Put the stickers on, make them look cool, stick them on a shelf. Don't mess with them. But from my favorite pieces, I'm probably still just going to continue to collect G1s unless they come out with pieces that are, because I believe even right now, I think I could have sworn this puppy was one of the few that was, you might have been able to get by itself for a little while.
Initially, they were all sold individually.
Yeah.
But now I can't find them unless they're in a group package.
I believe I could have sworn this was at least a bill 25.
Yeah.
So if you wanted one piece that you really like, hey, I'd say go for it. I guess just for the hardcores, honestly, if you gave me my choice, I would hunt down my G1s with no box that look great and then buy you these figures. Which if they
or even do a versus, I'd buy the original figures and these figures and put them next to each other just to see the comparisons.
Yeah. So
as display, I'm just weird like that though.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens.
I have 20, 30. How many sound waves do I have up
there? You got a lot of sound waves, buddy.
So, I would do and buy something like that, display the original G1s and these figures, but not the vehicles.
That's something that may happen, where if we can drag together some of the G1s that we actually have, and we'll maybe take a peek and say, hey, okay, were they 100% as we remember, and are these as far from it as we're feeling like a little bit today on some aspects? They got full license, so I'm wondering, I swear these molds look pretty good. So,
but these are swap meet toys, I think.
Just
maybe a step above quality. It's somewhere between swap meet and Toys R Us. So like what, Pick and Save, Big Five.
It's really weird, and this is why it's hard for me to say. On one hand, there's some places I see some really good work done, but it just kind of came down for me to
Come on, you can just put Lex Luthor in that.
Plastic and springs. That I'm worried about. So again, why will a 1980s spring still have some pep? And usually like some pretty like the stuff just like really jumps out. But again, like I said, the love in the figures, and I am trying to take into account that I think these are difficult toys to create because of the complexity of putting them together, the fact that there is springs and all that stuff. But
I have to disagree with you on that point, because I see, as a Transformer collector, I see the quality of stuff that they're getting, and smaller, bigger, whatever, the quality that they're putting out there is a lot better than what I'm seeing here.
Yeah,
I think that this company got their license for it, showed them what they could do for the cheapest price that they could do it, and put it out, and everybody was excited for it. And I think they deservedly so. M.A.S.K is a big thing. We were all excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed in what I bought. I'm disappointed in the quality that I got. And that's not to say anything bad about M.A.S.K or anything like that. It's just, that's just what I got. Now I'm still gonna hang it up, display it, be proud of it, talk to my friends, let you come over and touch it every now and then.
may not transform it,
but and I'll give honest reviews whenever anybody asks me. Oh, M.A.S.K, here we go.
Whether we're going to be on board with more of it, we'll have to see what they come out with. If
Right.
it's enticing enough to do it, and maybe catch a few of our, other people we enjoy. If
Or
there's another review,
even if they got the release for the second wave, if they got the licensing for another wave of M.A.S.K figures, we'll see how good they did. They may have just bombed out and not gotten it, because we haven't heard anything about a second wave.
Not yet. I will say, if you guys at Loyal Subjects are listening, if you release a whole line of all of the characters, whether you even release their vehicles or not, with some accessories and some of the accessory bonus packs where they had jetpacks and other goodies that would clip onto the arms, if you release that whole thing, I'll buy 5 of them. So if you guys are wondering where you could make up some money lost if these don't sell as great as you want, I guarantee you collectors will buy these figures. They are good figures. I will give 5 Little Richards for these, for the figures.
Yeah. If there's one thing, these will make a great diorama.
Yeah.
They will make a great display and a great diorama. And for that, I agree. 5 Richards on the display pit, especially with their action effects that they have coming out of their masks and everything. I think that's going to look awesome in a diorama, an action set, something like that. Unfortunately, with the mask figures, they're to scale. Their scale is a little smaller than most action figures, so it's hard to compare them with other. To put them in a scene or a scenario with other action figures, you know, they would have to stay either mask themselves or a bigger alien race that's going to tower over them. But that's just my opinion. Now I'm being picky.
Right.
But otherwise, in display, diorama, buildability, 5. I think I like the action effects, everything that came with it, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I just wish the quality was a lot better.
Yeah. So don't open this over tile. And you know, if you're a Butterfingers, maybe you should sit on the floor on the carpet, like you would when you probably would have done as a kid.
Right.
So, yeah, still cool. I think we still had fun. We definitely got
still killed an hour.
We still totally knocked out an hour. No problem. So
yeah. Don't get us wrong. Like, we're not disappointed. We're not sitting here talking mad anger. It's just we're a little disappointed.
You know, I will say I believe that a lot of times when this happens, there may have been, you know, some company choices that made it hard for the designers who actually had the task of doing this. So my hat is off to those who tried to do their best. And so I bet you there was probably some things that, you know, we don't know how they went as far as they could. But hey,
I think it's all Joel's fault, honestly.
Yeah, I got crazy power to mess up stuff like this.
But you know what? Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Yeah. Thanks everybody for participating. Thank you, Joel, for being here.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the bigger things that we've got to unbox, and that in itself is a lot of fun. I enjoy just opening it up and checking it out. Whether I'd be disappointed in it or not, I don't know what you, but
I'll say this: it rejuvenated. I can't. As soon as I get home, I'm gonna go take a peek at a few of the things that I do have, the few G1s. If I will say this, if this release keeps the name alive and, you know, keeps the door open, right?
So be it. Yeah.
Then that could be helpful. Who knows if this actually does well? What if the, you know, original licensing holder, you know, which I believe is still, it's loyal subjects and then a combo. You know, the original would be what? Who still owns this? Is it Hasbro?
It was. I thought it was Kenner.
If it's Kenner, whatever license it's still under, if they see some love on this, they may decide to pull it back for themselves and do some additional releases. Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if I saw a release like your Transformers. Yeah, his Transformers. Yeah. And again, if they ever come all alive, we're gonna die because you don't even know, you have no idea.
I don't have relations in this room because that's just a lot of people watching.
So many little faces looking. There's so many. You guys can't see how many shelves.
How many eyes? How many cameras?
Yeah, they might be metallic and shiny robot eyes, but still. But yeah, hey, thanks for watching this with us, you guys, because this was new for us too. Like AJ said, we had never done kind of a full one.
Where we dedicate a show to one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but it was fun. It was different. You know, like always, it gives us a better perspective of any toys coming out.
And for those of you who are tuning into the PanelCast expecting a regular review show and you're getting this instead of an unboxing, well, guess what? Welcome to the new era. Because this is what we're going to be doing as well as our normal stuff, as I said in the beginning. So
yeah,
new PanelCast stuff for everybody, different hosts, different stuff. And just showing you that, you know, we branch out a lot. stuff.
Good stuff.
So thanks everybody. Thank you, Joel. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Please remember to check us out on Patreon. We could use your help there. We have a lot of new podcasts coming out. Joel's art will be up on display and for sale on our Patreon. So go check it out soon. ForbiddenPanel.com. Yeah.
Fictional Studios on Instagram. Thanks you guys for coming. We had fun. Hope you got some good information out of this, and be cool.
And until the next time, we'll see you guys later.
Peace.